What's good, internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 2K15 in 2021 on the PS5, because, hey, why not? It is currently July of 2020 in the game. Yesterday, I just beat 3 of the best technical wrestlers. That somehow included The Miz, and I assume that I won't get any real reward for that, but we're going to find out right now. What do you got, Vicky? Chris Jericho. That's my reward? Better opponents? Okay. Unless she meant 3 victories after The Miz, in which case, yes, I would put Jericho up there in this era as a great technical wrestler in his much younger days. Now then, welcome to a fine Thursday on program. AEW was last night. It was a good show. And we have some things to discuss before that in the news section of the program. And speaking of AEW, there was some clarification from Tony Khan saying, hey, we have 2.5 years on our current TNT deal left for Wednesdays. We're not going anywhere. And I'm like, yeah, in terms of moving nights permanently, sure, but that doesn't say, hey, we have the Stanley Cup and guess what, you're not on this Wednesday. That does not preclude you from being preempted, much like Raw did for the dog show for a lot of years. Just saying. Like, that one really didn't clarify what was actually being discussed there. Not, hey, you gotta move the whole show. But no, it's, hey, once in a while, you might get moved. It's happened before for the NBA stuff. So it could happen again for hockey. We don't know. But that was the word from Tony Khan. Now, NXT had their ratings from Tuesday, and it went down. So, big ones on that first week, went up on that second week, and now you're back down to 744,000, so down 100K from last week. And like, that's not good. You're under 800. What's happening here? You don't have AEW head-to-head, so what else was on that Tuesday that was so important to not watch NXT? Who knows? Who knows? But we'll see now if AEW can stay over 1 million this week from those ratings hitting at some point today. Code breaker on Jericho. I broke the code. I broke the code. And 3 count. There you go. Show it again. Show it again. Code breaker on Y2J. Yep. Okay, it still says my task, right? So that was the 3rd match. Miz was not the first match. I apologize to the game for inferring that Miz was a great technical wrestler. My bad. So that was 3, Vicky. RVD, Kofi, and Jericho. That's 3. What do I get, if anything, today? CM Punk defeats Daniel Bryan at Battleground in August. We're heading towards SummerSlam. Tonight's main event will pit a future Hall of Famer against the newest star coming out of NXT, attackslug versus Flash Silva. Is there any relation to the Giant Silva? Look at this. That's Flash Silva. I want to see his entrance. What could it possibly be? All right, Flash, let's see what you have here on your call-up in your very plain red gear. So, sure. He's here. His first night on Raw after being, I guess, a successful NXT superstar. He's hype and ready to go. Don't tear your shoulder like Sami Zayn did, being all hyped up. Anyhow, WWE is apparently going to be hopefully testing out live event stuff happening July and August, but currently nothing announced on that. But they want to test out actual live events for shows this summer. Now, that's interesting, because when they said when, all right, when we come back, it's going to be full bore, 100%, just back on the road like there was no pandemic. And I'm like, but you're going to test, right? So they're going to test. So, okay. We'll see how those tests go, and if anyone catches anything from attending those tests. Not me, though. Not me. Couldn't be me. So, back to AEW from last night. Oh, Dragon Suplex. Back to AEW from last night. I will teach you a lesson here, Silva. An important lesson on who runs this joint. Spoiler, it's me. So AEW did the same thing they did last week with their show. They opened with Hangman and closed with Darby. So opening match was Hangman Adam Page versus the Machine Brian Cage. And shocking, number one got attacked before the match. But number two, Cage won that match. Team Taz won a match, which is important. If you're going to have a heel faction, at some point, they have to win some matches to make them somewhat, you know, a threat. If you're trying to be a threat and you lose every match, then you're not a threat. Like the Wyatts there for a while. It was sad. You're like, oh, big spooky Wyatts, and every big match they lost. So having Cage beat the number one ranked guy right now, which is Hangman, very important. So kudos on actually following through with that. Let's see what Silva's finisher is here, huh? I'm gonna steal it. Double underhook, butterfly. Oh, it's Dirty Deeds. All right. I'm sorry, it is the Future Shock DDT. One of those two. It's got, you know, it's the Cactus Jack DDT. Sorry, Silva. Thanks for playing, but bye-bye. There it is. Future Shock. Got him. Crushing the future of this beardness. I'm not done yet. You want my spot? You gotta come and take it. Flash. And that...
What's this? Why is he here? Well, this is slightly unexpected. I wonder what is the meaning of this,
okay.
These two are not on the best of terms right now.
So, triple threat? Or... Man, poor Flash. Poor Flash. Don't do it again. I'm a heel. Hit him again. So that was interesting. 4.5 stars. What does this mean for SummerSlam? Am I fighting Baron Blade again at SummerSlam? It's not what I want. You give me what I want, which is a WWE title match. Game, come on now. You can't call me a top guy and future Hall of Famer without that. I'm just saying. Attack Slug, please give me one more match. Okay, Christian. I'm better than what I showed last week. Let me prove it. Like, you know what? Look, I'm a heel, but if I'm going to beat you up again, you know what? I'll do that. I will beat you up again and teach you this lesson, young man, on what not to do with Attack Slug. I appreciate the Moxie Kid, but it's going to end the same exact way. And honestly, this time, I might even break out the old Slug Sploder for you. Because it's just that important. Anyhow, we had the Young Bucks fighting the Seidel Bros, and they win that match. But SCU afterwards is like, look, we told you. We're going to split up once we lose a match. And we want a shot at the Young Bucks. So perhaps that's going to be the final nail in the coffin for SCU at some point, but not just yet. So, Orange Cassidy fought Penta, and Orange Cassidy beat Penta due to a, I guess, sort of a distraction that did not work as intended from Alex there with that microphone. So an orange punch with the mic to Penta, and OC wins that match. But in that match, I thought there was a thing there that I was very impressed by, and that was Orange Cassidy. Lights.
Oh, not this again. We saw this last week. Well, he's a man on a mission to demolish these guys.
You're not Mabel. You're not a man on a mission. I don't see Oscar anywhere. What the hell? So I'm definitely heading toward a Baron Blade SummerSlam deal here. I guess that makes sense, but I don't want it. Okay, I need a partner against Baron Blade. What do you say we team up? Would be an honor to tag with someone who I looked up to as a kid. I've been doing this for 5 years. So how old are you, Silva? The fact that you need help shows you aren't ready for the WWE. You're weak, and it disgusts me. Get out of here. Be gone.
What's he doing? He's just a rookie. He doesn't need this type of beating. Well, that's one way to welcome him to the WWE.
Oh, there you go. Yep. That's what I do. If you've been watching me since you were a kid, you would know Attack Slug does not like tag teams in video games. Because video game tag team partners are typically incompetent and unreliable. What are you going to do? So all I can really say to Flash Silva is, who is this Rudy Poo? What you did last week makes me respect you even less. I'm starting to think you aren't worthy of my time. I should find a real wrestler to fight against. Like, who was the former world champion here? Me or you, Flash Silva? Me or you? Fine. I'm in. Let's make it no DQ. Well, why is the Big Show here? What on earth is the world's largest athlete, the Big Nasty Paul White, doing here? I do not know. But back to Penta and Orange Cassidy. There was a suicide dive from Orange Cassidy. Penta caught him and pressed him. And then that was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that in a match. And it was amazing. Now, Britt Baker had her usual Britt Baker backstage BS. The Pinnacle and the Inner Circle parlay, right, was weird. And also, I keep forgetting that Blood and Guts is next week. That's next Wednesday. Crazy, right? But the Inner Circle and Pinnacle parlay, they both brought out security. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. None of that security was in the ring. They were just all in the ring, like face-to-face, 5-on-5 with Shivani in the middle and with the microphone. And I'm like, what was the point of all the security if they're not going to actually keep you separated? Like, that was a little bit like for show, but it didn't really do the, I don't know, for me anyway. Like, why have it if you're not going to use it? And no punches got thrown in that entire thing. We did learn that Pinnacle has the advantage as per the coin toss for that match. And again, a reminder, it's very much a WoW Games style of matchup. Now, they did announce matches for next week, right? So we know it's not going to be a one-match show. They're taping one match there, but that's going to have, there are 4 other matches announced for that show. So, we had a Eddie Kingston thing here with Nakazawa, and he basically got a match for next week booked between himself and Mox versus Nakazawa and the champion, Kenny Omega. So that was kind of the whole point of that entire thing there. Taz backstage with Christian, and basically we learned that Christian will face absolute Ricky Starks at some point. So, cool. Good stuff there. Statlander beat Ford in a match. There was a trios match here with the Factory versus the Nightmare Family. And the Factory apparently stole Cody's bus. And I'm like, all right, look, I understand. You're going to buy a bus, and you're going to put a giant wrestling thing on the side of the bus. Then you're going to want to use the bus on your wrestling show, because that's wrestling. So, that part, oh my god, what was that? The same thing with Cesaro. What the hell? Just slowly slides to the floor. Oh, the Big Show with the kick. So athletic for a big man. Crazy. So, World Toss, oh no. So, the Factory beat the Family there, thanks to the punches of one Agogo. And there was a big brawl at the end there, and guess who came back? Because QT was trying to escape through the bus. I guess who was in the bus somehow. There you go, WMD. Oh, he no-sells it. He no-sells the punch. I can't believe you, Big Show. I don't think so. That will get a reckoning. So Cody apparently gets on the bus during the match, because otherwise did he teleport? We know Shaq can teleport. We know that the Elite can teleport. We know Matt Hardy can obviously teleport. But all of a sudden it's Cody on the bus. I mean, it is his bus, so that makes sense. But yeah, they fight on the top of the bus, and Cody puts on the figure 4 on top of the bus, which is like, okay, it's like, I understand. You're not going to have him thrown off the bus. I get it. But the whole, I'm doing a submission on the floor or on a table or whatever, and it hurts more, no. When Paige did the Paige tap out on the announce table, and they sold it like, oh my god. And I'm like, it's just a flat surface. You're doing a submission on a flat surface. It's the same as being in the ring. It's not any... Really, Big Show? Referee didn't see that? What? Get in there, game. Help me out. What's happening here? Thank you, Triple H. Paying dividends. And now Big Show. Going to get that flip. And Big Show forcing me to bring out the Slug Sploder. He wants to see the world's largest Slug Sploder. And we'll do that. I can accomplish that. That's fine. power pin on the show. 1, a 2, a 3. And there we go. More importantly, in 2 weeks, we will see the IWGP US title defended on Dynamite. And it will be Moxley versus Blue Justice Yuji Nagata. That one should be a banger. I can't wait. 2 weeks. The last time you saw Nagata on US TV on TNT was 1998 fighting Perry Saturn on Nitro. Looking forward to get my hand on attackslug at SummerSlam. I can't wait to knock you down a notch or two. You'll learn your place here, Silva. SummerSlam, attackslug versus Flash Silva. How about that? So, it looks like they're finally breaking up Miro and Kip Sabian, as Kip went to backstage to go talking to Miro, and he got a beat down for his troubles. Obviously, you've gone past the wedding, so you don't need a best man anymore. Makes sense. And the main event was indeed 10 versus Darby Allin. Some interference here from Ethan Page, but did not cost the match. Instead, Darby in that submission, in that master lock, essentially, and got the backslide pinfall on him while still being in the hold. So, good times, a great finish on that. But afterwards, here comes them boys, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, to attack Darby and everybody else. And I'm like, as someone who does not watch Dark or Dark Elevation, I'm assuming this has been explained as to why they're doing this, but I'm not going to watch those shows. I'm already watching like 10 hours a week. I'm not watching those shows. It's not happening. Was that a destiny? No! Love it. Love it. But after that, we had Archer coming in for the save again to save Sting and Darby. And I'm like, is Archer a face now? What's going on with Archer? Again, if they've explained it on Dark or on BTE or on Elevation, I'm not going to watch those. It's just not going to happen. Dirty deeds, done, dirt, cheap. 1, 2, 3. Know your role and shut your mouth. And just like that, in a flash, I beat Flash Silva. And the game in my corner. Where is my WWE title match? That's what I'm saying. As much of a jerk attackslug is, I have to respect. He walks the walk and he talks the talk. Learned a lot from this battle. And you better respect me, Flash. You rookie. But also, where is my time skip? I know it skips to 2030 at some point and ends the career, so I'm not sure what month that happens or where that happens, or I don't know, but what I do know is I'm done for today, and tomorrow is Friday. I'll see you then. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here, and I'm out.